Well, hello there. So this one is something I've been thinking about while I was walking and running just a few minutes ago. And it's the concept of quitting your job without losing the paycheck, or quitting your job without losing it, in a sense. And this is not really about you leaving um, the workplace. It's really more about quitting the idea of having a job. When I think about my time in the corporate world, I realized that I had a job for the first maybe 8, 9 years I was in it. And it was really very limiting. It wasn't really fulfilling. It wasn't meaningful in a sense. Yes, I had a lot of responsibilities. I increased my income. I met good people that did relatively important things, but I wasn't really feeling fulfilled, which is what most of us seem to be looking forward to, at least the ones that are making a decent income to not have to worry about food or having a home and water, electricity, the main necessities. And I think it's just more about how do you show up to the workplace as opposed to how do you let the job define how you show up. Most people are living for the weekend and they're hating their Mondays. I mean, there's statistics out there that most suicides happen on Monday, or more heart attacks and things like that happen on Monday because people are there showing up to a place they truly hate. But what if it wasn't the job? What if it was the way you're approaching that opportunity, that role, that situation that you get to showcase what you stand for, what are your talents, how you express your purpose or your reason for existence. When I think about me crunching numbers, there was a time where I would say, they don't pay me enough to do this. They don't pay me enough to show up and work 70, 80 hours a week. But they were paying me over, I don't know, I would say over $40 an hour, which is a lot of money. And it's a lot of money relative to most people. And if you were to hear that, like, if you were making $100,000 a year, would you actually say they don't pay me enough for this? And I think people would. I met plenty of other actuaries that make more than I do, and they still say the same thing. But it's not that they don't pay them enough. When they talk about this concept of they don't pay me enough for this, is they don't pay me enough to do something that I hate, to do something that I don't feel passionate about, to do something that I simply don't get excited for. But if when I change my mindset and rather than focusing on the tasks, focusing on the job, and started looking for the opportunities I had to do what I really enjoyed to do, which was teach people how to be independent, help them understand how I did work, to have strategic conversations, to help people learn how to develop themselves, how to discover their strengths, their weaknesses, their talents. That whole thing changed because now I didn't go to a job. I went to express my purpose, my passion, my dreams. And while there was still this concept that most people didn't care about what I was doing, there was also this other group of people that enjoyed what I was doing, and they valued what I had to bring, or what I did for them. So I think it was John Gordon who says in his book, The Seed, he says, find a way to plant yourself and grow where you're at. You don't have to quit and become an entrepreneur. You don't have to quit and find a new job, because the fact is that I think wherever you are is where you have to be to learn whichever lesson you're supposed to learn. And most of the times that lesson is learning to bet on yourself, is learning to change your perspective and see that you're getting a chance to express yourself, and you're getting a chance to do what you love, or at least impact and show that you're independent from the situation, that the paycheck doesn't control you, that you get to define what that paycheck represents. And to me, that in the beginning, that paycheck represented I was obligated to show up to work. But at the end of my period in the corporate world, that paycheck represented a value that I was bringing to the people that wanted to hear my message. And to this day, some of them still remember me, still enjoy listening to some of the things that I say, and I'm still trying to do what I do best. I'm finding a way to make a living out of it. So I guess if you are tired of going to work, maybe you should just start looking at it from a different perspective of having the opportunity to express yourself at this place that they call work, and that the paycheck is just a representation of how you show up to it. And let's see how that brings a different aspect, a different feeling to your workday. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.